sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, if I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know, nobody know. If I ever had to leave my home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize, be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize, land of the isles and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. Rio and California.
Alright, let's go to the passage of scripture this beautiful passage of scripture. And I said this morning, it almost brought tears to my eyes when I read this about David. I've been through a lot in my life. People think about revenge. David was not a vengeful man, and so we so applaud him and take his example given to us. It's found in 1 Samuel chapter 24. And I read, it says, when Saul returned from pursuing the Philistine, he was told David is in the wilderness near En-Gedi. So Saul took 3,000 of Israel's fit young men and went to look for David and his men in front of the rocks of the wild goats. When Saul came to the sheep pen along the road, a cave was there, and he went in to relieve himself. Now, I want to give you the backdrop. Saul decided he wants to get rid of David. He wants to kill David. So he's pursuing David. David has done nothing wrong to him, but the people start singing these songs about how much David has killed and how much Saul has killed, and they're giving, in his mind, they're giving David more honor than him. But Saul has already established himself in the wrong direction in the things of God. So now he has to stand the consequence. And that is what is giving him problem. So he's envious of David. And he's chasing David because he wants to kill David. Many a times the people that come after us is because they're envious. They're envious of us for whatever reason. They generate things in their mind. And these things that they generate in their minds, they feel justified to do wrong or to do harm to people. People who go out and kill the people who go out and do wrong things for whatever reason to try to make amends for what they think has been done wrong to them. So David is hiding with some men, and Saul is pursuing him. Right? So he says, so he goes into this cave now. He does not know David and his men are in there. He goes into this cave to relieve himself. So somebody who is hunting you, the obvious thing for you to do would be to kill that person. But David is going to say exactly why he could not bring himself to kill Saul, even though the young men who were along with him were encouraging him. And say, you don't have to listen to people who tells you you don't have to. You need to reason through your conscience. And your conscience is there, placed there by God, for you to reason out what is right and what is wrong. It goes further and it says, David and his men were staying in a recess of the cave. So they said to him, look, this is the day the Lord told you about. I will hand your enemies over to you, so you can do to him whatever you desire. You see now? How many people have not used the word of God in the wrong way? People have used the word of God in the wrong way, justifying wrong things, because that's what they did. They referenced what they said the Lord had said to Saul, to David. They referenced that. So in other words, they're justifying whatever action David takes. You know, if you really and truly try just a little bit, you can find justification in the Word of God, or so-called justification in the Word of God. And so we must be very careful what we allow people to say to us, as if though it comes from the Word of God and there's no consequence. Many a time, people allow people to encourage them to do things, telling them that what they're saying to them comes from the scriptures. This is a classical example of that, because David has these psalms that say such a thing, that God is going to hand over his enemies into his hand. And what a great coincidence that this man Saul, who is the king, is in the same place. The young men say to David, God has handed over Saul to you. Let's look at let's see what continues here. That's what happens here. Then David got up and secretly cut off the corner of Saul's robe. He knew that it was not right, but he just wanted Saul to know also that I could have killed you. That was the message he was sending to Saul. I could have killed you if I so desired. You were in my hands. And you see what he does. You see, afterward, David's conscience bothered him. You see, even to cut off the robe, end of the robe, some people would say it is justifiable. Boy, this man is trying to kill you. And all you did was to cut off his robe. He has to wait. He can't take this man's life, even though this man was fallen in the sight of God. And he said to his men, as the Lord is my witness, I would never do such a thing to my Lord. He's talking about Saul. So I would never do that. The young men were telling him God has put Saul in his hand to kill him. He said, I would never do such a thing to my Lord. That is not to say we can't identify that the wrong that they are doing, but with respect. Because David identified that Saul wanted to kill him here. And he does it respectfully, just as the scripture says. And I want to point out to you before we leave. He said to his men, as the Lord is my witness, I would never do such a thing to my Lord, the Lord's anointed. And that's the point I want you to leave here with this morning. He said Saul is the Lord's anointed. As Christians, as pastors, as leaders, there are many people who come against us, I tell you, because I don't know. I have a lot of people who, as a consequence of me standing up for what is right, a lot of people don't like me for that. A lot of people want to do wrong. But many a times it is not easy to deal with at all. You know you're innocent, and yet here you are with the world against you because they want to do something that is wrong and they think that you are in the way. I will never lift my hand against him, since he is the Lord's anointed. With these words, David persuaded his men, and he did not let them rise up against Saul. So not only did he not do it, but he told the men who were along with him not to do it.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the...
When working with sheetrock, you need screws that give you quick penetration for a speedy, stable installation. Best Screws, fast frame and fast finish drywall screws are specifically designed for you. Engineered by Best Manufacturing, Best Screws makes every job faster and easier. These screws offer reliable performance with a superior hold. You also save money due to Best Screws affordability. They are cheaper than the leading brands. Get the job done quickly without compromising on strength. For all your drywall installations, get Best Screws Fast Frame and Fast Finish. Available at Benny's. Quality and savings.
Orange is the new Black Friday with the hottest and biggest deals only at Smart. Join us Friday, November 28th at Smart Showrooms countrywide. Every Smart showroom becomes a pop-up shopping party with local vendors, food, music, and surprises all day long. Get the best deals of the year with phones starting as low as $50. Get a free SIM with every phone purchase plus 3 months of social media data. Prepaid users get free data rewards when you upload credit as low as $1 all day long, only at Smart Showrooms. Postpaid customers enjoy exclusive deals on Smart Network Lock Samsung devices, A16, A26, A36, and A56, all for less than $200 on select plan signups. Sign up for any of our postpaid plans and get 25% off any 4 months of your choice. Upgrade your postpaid plan and get the same 25% discount. Don't miss out on exclusive device deals on select Samsung phones starting as low as $300. And the giveaways don't stop there. Text WIN to 438 for your chance to win weekly prizes and up to $3,000. More entries mean more chances to win all Christmas long. So come celebrate with us at Smart Showrooms countrywide. It's Smart's Orange is the new Black Friday sale event, November 28th, 1 day only. Smart, bringing people together.
Oh, I wasn't having a bad day. I just needed...
It's here, the biggest sale of the year. Find your happy place at Builders Hardware with our happy sale from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a contractor or a DIY pro, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Freshen up your walls with 20% off all paints and 25% off paint supplies. Upgrade your space with 25% off lights, fans, AC, and a wide selection of tiles to match your style. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. But that's not all. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and more. Find everything you need from construction start to finish. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Shop today or explore our online store at shopbuildersbz.com. Visit Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
We began to agitate for, at the time it was the BDF Coast Guard. We were saying, we don't think there's any way we could get away with a Belize Coast Guard. We had to throw in the BDF, the Belize Defense Force Coast Guard. Otherwise, we would not get support up the chain of command. We began to say, look, we need a Coast Guard that would focus on maritime affairs, that we would build the capacity first and foremost to defend Belize.
Looking at the threat at the National Security Council, the thought was given that, listen, there need to be an increase in our maritime resources and the establishment of a Coast Guard.
Coast Guard was established initially for 155 strong. And as General Boland said, we started with 55, well, 53 showed up. And that was the nucleus on which we built.
We have reduced significantly the amount of cocaine flow through our sea spaces. As I mentioned, 13 to 15 confirmed shipments. That would account for about 20 to 25 tons of cocaine passing through our sea spaces every year. And that statistics is by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. However, the UNODC, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, had statistics of up to 80 metric tons of cocaine passing through our jurisdictional waters. Because of the successful Coast Guard strategy, we've been able to reduce that to about 2 to 3 shipments per year. That's a 75% reduction. We are the Belize Coast Guard! Hoorah!
Easy. Accessible. Safe. Yours. DigiWallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
Cyber Realty and Development is the leader in providing solutions to the current land crisis in Belize. For homeowners and investors alike, Cyber Realty is offering special deals on half-acre parcels in its new Emery Village development. Enjoy prime land off mile 37 on the George Price Highway at an unbeatable price. All you need is the initial down payment of $275 Belize dollars. Take advantage and reserve your half-acre home sites today. Emery Village. Join the community. Invest in your future.
Blessed Gardens is servicing home gardens across the country from the nation's capital and helping Belizeans reconnect with nature. We have everything you need for your home garden, so get growing. We have various types of soils: fortified soil, composted soil, potting soil, and pure compost for your garden. We have quality seeds and over 65 varieties of food seedlings for your garden. We even have organic insecticides available, EM soil treatment, and polishing.
Good morning, Belize, and welcome to another edition of Rise and Shine. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Thursday morning. It is the 27th of November, 7:22 in the studios of PlusTV, and it's a pleasure coming into your homes this morning, as with every other morning. I know you're preparing to go to work, getting the kids ready for school, and for some of you, you have the emptiness syndrome, where the children are older and have already left the home, and so you could chill, relax, grab a cup of coffee, and turn on the television and watch Rise and Shine all the way through till 9 o'clock or whatever morning show you watch, because you've put in your dues and the nest is now empty, and you can go slower in life. There are so many people that still got to get up early and do what needs to be done to get the day started and going. But we give God thanks for a new day and a beautiful day. We're going to start with the weather report this morning so that you can know what to expect. In the capital city of Belmopan, you know, we're in the center of Belize, and we have cooler weather. Yesterday we experienced most of the four seasons in one day: hot, cold, sun, hot. It was just going back and forth, and today may be the same. Started out raining very early this morning. It's still a little bit cloudy, but we can see the beautiful sunshine right behind those clouds. And so let's see what the official weather forecast is. As of 6 a.m. this morning, the general situation is a relatively moist and somewhat unstable airflow prevailing. In the next 24 hours, we can expect cloudy spells along with a few showers and isolated thunderstorms, mainly along the coast and offshore areas this morning, and then tonight over most areas this afternoon. Marine conditions: winds are blowing from the northeast at 5 to 15 knots with sea state choppy and waves 3 to 5 feet. Temperature: inland, the high will be 86 degrees Fahrenheit with the low as 72. On the coast, 83 degrees Fahrenheit with 74 as the low. And in the hills, 76 degrees Fahrenheit will be the high with 66 as the low. Pretty cool in the hilly areas. Outlook: cloudy skies with a few showers, periods of rain and isolated thunderstorms increasing over most areas, especially over northern and along coast and offshore areas Friday and Friday night. So that's the weather report for today. And looking into the weekend, we can see that there's going to be some cloudy spells and some sunny spells as we go right through the weekend. With, I want to say, better weather next week, but you know, all weather good for somebody. Some people call this together weather too, right? So we are grateful for a beautiful day, and every day the Bible says that God's mercies are new and fresh every day. So we do have a guest for first segment this morning, but before we do, there are quite a few things in the news currently as it relates to bills that are passing through the House. There is a gambling and gaming bill 2025. There's also a tobacco bill, and that tobacco bill seeks to remove secondhand smoke from within the public domain. So those are things that are moving through the House, including the deoxyribonucleic acid bill, DNA for short, where Belize needs to start keeping track of the genetic genetic fingerprint, but it's not fingerprint, as in we've been doing fingerprint for decades now, but the actual genetic coding, because each individual has a unique genetic code, just like we have a unique fingerprint, and that is going to help to fight crime. Crime is getting more sophisticated. Thieves are getting more daring. There appears to be a thieving ring in Dangriga. Not saying that thieving rings aren't anywhere else, but at least the latest attacks, we see them even going to the Treasury Department and stealing the safe. And so we want people to be safe, and it's an additional tool to assist with with crime fighting and solving crimes. The next thing that I see in the conversations that we are having, both in the news and on social media, is the issue of franchise and franchising. Now, franchising takes many forms, and I think that the conversation is centered around more or less food franchising. Food franchising. So we're talking about why McDonald's is not in Belize, why Caesar's pizza or Caesar's pizza in the different Pizza Hut maybe, or Kentucky Fried Chicken, etc. And I see that the conversation is like, yeah, we have better chicken, and we have, which is all true. I have to say, I've traveled to many countries, and I mean, Salvador have its pupusa, and Mexico has its. I think Mexico has a great variety of food as well too. Guatemala, all of our different countries have different foods. Belize, because we are a melting pot, for just some reason, our food just delicious. Whether it is tacos or panades or Creole bread or bun, or we just come out of Seria and Hudut, and then of course we got caldo. I don't know if you ever eaten a good plate of caldo or a bowl of caldo, or also one of my father's favorite food, which is cahoon cabbage, with everything chopped up in there. And we celebrate panades, tamales, salbutes, tacos, burritos. Just in Belize City, we used to get gachos, and just so many different foods. Not to mention, of course, with pigtail and white rice with a hungry. Just to talk about anything, I get hungry. But the issue of the discussion that relates to franchise in Belize, and food franchise in particular, is not, it's not about food, as weird as I could say that. It's not about food. It is about the economic thermometer, because especially American franchise, like McDonald's and so on, they look at certain economic indicators, population indicators, money that's circulating in the community, whether or not they can get the fresh produce that they need every day. There are certain factors, and the reality of the matter is that the reason why a lot of these food franchises are not in Belize or don't make it in Belize is because of the economic reason. So it's not that we don't have the population. There are places with smaller populations that have these franchises because the people minimum wage is higher and there's more economic activity. So BTB is talking about Belize food nice, so we don't need no franchise. You are missing the boat because tourists don't come to Belize to eat McDonald's, that the Belizeans want to eat McDonald's. And how we know that? When we go to Chetomal, they don't say, bring one belt for me. They don't say, bring a pair of socks for me. They say, bring McDonald's to me home. Bring back so pollo brujo. Bring back some pizza. And why? Because it's the franchise. And you can't get away from it because all the advertisements show on the news, the advertisements show on Belizean TV. So the issue of franchise is not about what tourists want to eat, and it's not about whether Belizean food is delicious or bland. It is an economic indicator. That is what it is, because Belizeans will tell you when they go to States for holiday, then go in our McDonald's, somewhere in a 5 Guys, whatever it is. So that's the issue of franchise. So I want to put that there. But there are franchises in Belize. So that's why I said the food aspect of it, we don't have franchise. But Sarita's, which does excellent ice cream, is in Belize, and Sarita's is a franchise. It comes over from Guatemala. I believe it is the Recinos brothers out of Cayo that have introduced the brand, introduced the ice cream, and are now setting up structures, etc., with Sarita's, and people are. I'm actually happy to see Belizeans use the franchise, because franchises also produce employment. It helps money to circulate. So don't spit on franchise. Franchise play a very important role. And the reason why we are able to access this excellent ice cream is because there is an entire company that's not only in Belize, but across several borders that provide the service. And then there's in the tourism industry, you have Marriott. We have Marriott that is in Belize. We have Best Western that is in Belize. We had Ramada that's in Belize. So because of the economic activity in that area, because of the economic activity, you can see franchises taking place in the tourism sector. In the real estate sector, you can see the franchises from United States that are present in Belize. Why? Because of the economic activity that is taking place in that area. But there is also one more that I can talk about that is a franchise. It's Courts. Courts is a franchise in Belize, and Belizeans have benefited tremendously from franchise as it relates to helping to get the cost of furniture lower, the cost of bedding material lower, the cost of appliances in your kitchen lower, so many things. So don't be spitting on franchise. This is a false narrative, because we can't support food franchise. Listen, we can't support food franchise, but if food franchise comes to Belize, it is an indicator of the economic activity. It is an indicator because people want the franchises in Belize. There's going to be employment, movement of money, international skills, because when those people come into the country with the franchise, they train the waiters, they train the cashiers, the customer service, etc. You go into a franchise and you get the international level service. So let's not try to minimize the fact that food franchise is not in Belize. Food franchise should be in Belize, and we should work towards it for greater variety in our economy. But Belize has franchises for which we have been positively affected. And so I end with Courts because I want to start with Courts, because the reality of the matter is, where do you get the better service? Where do you get all of the brand variety with the support? And you get all of the additional you get all the additional benefits of a franchise because it is across the Caribbean, for example. You get your Radio Shack, you can get quality brands and the service. So Belize need more franchises, not less. And yes, I still like my fried chicken from Belize, but let's be realistic and understand that the economy needs to expand. And now I will get off my high horse before I drop. And I will say good morning to Ismael Gonzalez. Good morning, Ismael. It's a pleasure to have you with me this morning. I mean, the franchise discussion aside, the reality is that Courts has changed the entire dynamics of the department store. And then, of course, you are here representing Courts Opticals, which has brought such a wide variety and quality and brands of frames into Belize by virtue of a franchise.
Yes, sir, definitely. I mean, it's true. And I must applaud the transition, it was nice. But yes, sir, you know, we're a well-known brand for Courts. It's not only here too in Belize, it's also, like you mentioned, a franchise that's in different other Caribbean countries. But yeah, it's a blessing to be working with a company that actually helps people to better their lives, especially with Optical. I mean, the best feeling for me coming into work is being able to give the glasses to somebody who really need it and then put that on, biggest smile on their face.
Exactly. It makes a difference. Yeah. And actually, so people look better with glasses too. You can't get a girl, you just need a pair of glasses. But the variety that you guys offer, and I mean this weekend, or this week actually, has been a very, very big week. I think it was just a day or two ago we were plugging the department store aspect of it. But Courts Optica, Black Friday, it's still here too at Courts Optica.
Yeah. So we have the Black Friday. They're calling it the Black Friday Bonanza for Optical. So it pretty much starts from today is what, the Thursday? So it starts tomorrow. It starts tomorrow and it ends on Sunday. So it's a nice 3 days of sales, and nowadays, since it's the peak season, we're actually opening for extended hours. Rather than 8 to 5, it's now 8 to 6 on Monday to Friday, and on Sunday as well, it's 9 to 2. Right, and so as you
extended opening hours and staff on hand.
Yeah.
So as we go towards the end of the year, more people are accessing the goods and services.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So I mean, it's busy season for most people. So we understand that, which is why we're extending the hours for everybody who works. Built upon working capital. Majority of people come off at work 5 o'clock, so they want to come in and do their late shopping. So that's accessible as well for Optical, as mentioned. And we're actually having some really, really nice deals. Like you said, in Belmopan, it's been quite a crazy weather. We had 4 seasons. It's the same thing for Courts. We had October, November, and now we're going into December, right? But
all different deals just coming up.
Just like Belmopan weather, all over the place. But we have the offers that was on screen earlier. We have the 75% off on the selected frames. We have 10% off on lenses as well. And we have 10% off on all accessories. Plus, this weekend, we're actually doing free eye exams, right? So in most cases, it's free eye exams with purchase. But for this weekend, any customer who's interested in getting their eyes tested can stop by and can take advantage of that. And then we also have the credit offers as well, right? You can't talk about Courts without the talk about credit offers. So we have the pay nothing until January 2026, where you can get the account, save up your Christmas money, and you have to worry about spending on December.
So they get the opportunity to wear the glasses and everything, even get the eye exam, etc., and pay till January.
Exactly. You pay until January 2026, and then we also have up to 30% off on credit accounts too. So we're having a wide variety of deals. It's a 30% off credit purchases for 18 months and over with the minimum spend. But we have really, really good frames that we just got in. We just got in some new stock. We got 2 big boxes that's already out on display. So we got some new frames for you,
Wow,
for everybody.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, these are some
wow,
of them.
those transparent frames.
Yeah, those are in style now.
Yeah, those are in style. All available at Courts.
Yes, sir. Yeah, correct. All of them are available at Courts, right? Whether that be Belmopan, Belize City, Orange Walk, wherever you guys are seeing this from, you know, we have it available for you guys.
The south of the country doesn't have the optical as a part of the Courts.
No.
They would need to come here, for example.
Yeah, well, they don't have the optical branches there, but we do visits.
Okay.
Right. So, for example, next week we'll actually be going to PG.
All right.
For Tuesday and Wednesday to do eye exams for those who are from there and don't have the you know, the ability to come all the way to Belmopan. Yeah, we go to them.
Beautiful.
We'll be there. We'll also be in Placencia too. So we travel all around the country to bring the eye care and the eye test to people. So yeah, we go all over. We go to we even go to San Pedro.
And then wow, very good.
Yeah.
So San Ignacio also would either you go there or they
Yeah,
come
correct.
here.
We've been to, well, for Belmopan, we visit west and we go down south. So we go to San Ignacio, Dangriga,
Okay.
PG, Placencia, all of that. And then, yeah, the north takes care of the north, Belize City takes care of
Yes.
city and the Keys.
Wow.
Yeah, so they go all over the place.
All right. So if you can't come to Courts, Courts
Yeah,
comes to
we'll
you.
go to you guys.
The parts of the country, and then of course many different brands of frames that you carry.
Oh man, the brands I can't even remember all. It's a lot of them. We have the well-known ones like Oakley's. We have Ray-Bans. We have some recent ones that we got in like Ferraris. We have Ted Baker's, Armani. We have a whole bunch of frames from Gucci to Swarovski to all the high-end ones, and we also have some cheaper ones too because you know we're not only trying to sell expensive things.
Everybody could get a glasses.
Yeah, everybody
from
could get a
Courts.
glasses
Wide
from
range
Courts.
of prices and variety available.
And with the discount too, I mean, there's some frames that are going as low as I think $70-something. It's very, very, very cheap. So I mean, if you're interested in getting glasses, honestly, now is the time to do so. It's just way more affordable than on a regular basis.
Yes.
So I mean, you guys definitely just need
All
to
the
come
sales
in.
are on. The sales
Yeah,
are on
the
right
sales are
now.
on. Everybody's taking advantage.
And then what's roughly the turnaround time?
So it depends on the prescription itself. For example, I'll use your sons as an example. Asher came in the other day.
Jack one and then got glasses.
Every one of them.
I just know where mine's.
All of you guys.
Yeah.
But we have Asher that came in. His
Yeah.
ones took a week, and then we have LJ that came in. His ones actually took about 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
It just depends on the prescription. Like for example, we sell different type of lenses apart from the regular single visions. We sell progressive, bifocals. Those are the ones that are usually ordered, right? We don't have those in our Belize lab, so we order them and they take about 3 weeks.
Okay.
But all the regular ones, 1 week.
Yeah. You said, I tell you, we use Courts, you know, we're not just talk, we are very good because we love the quality, we love the service. You know, we love everything about what Courts has to offer. And so this weekend, this is the time now to get those abundant sale discounts and so on. And so we want to encourage you to take advantage of it. You know, go get your eyes tested and see. And then of course, for people who have 20/20, as you said, you know, you have your Ray-Bans and the sunshades as well, right? And then just the different treatments for the glasses and so on.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of people that genuinely don't need glasses. So for them, we'd recommend different types of eye care. Like you could always just use your sunshades whenever you're out in the sun. You could always use there's the specific type of lenses that are only for computer usage.
Yeah, the blue
block.
Yeah,
the blue block lenses. Those are actually really good.
And don't forget that some people need glasses just for help your look. Not forget that.
Yeah, I mean,
you look studious. You look
exactly. You look nice, man. But the glasses are there, right? I mean, like I said, we work with credit accounts, but we also do work with insurance, right? So anybody who's covered on the insurance for vision, they could come in. We accept Sagicor and we accept RF&G. There's no need to worry about no paperwork, nothing. You don't need to pay everything up front. All you do is pay your portion and we take care of the rest.
Wonderful.
Right? If you have to pay $20 and insurance have to pay $1,000, we'll deal with that. You just pay your 20, you're good. All right, and then for the credit accounts, we do have the requirements, right? As always, if you're a new customer, then we'd ask for you to bring in your proof of income, your proof of address, and your ID. The proof of income could be a job letter or 2 recent pay slips. Proof of address would just be like a utility bill, and then obviously your driver's license or your social, right?
And that is like 24 hours right now, or same day, or what's roughly, or depends, or
yeah, it really depends. I mean, accounts vary on a case-to-case basis. Roughly around a day. That's 24 hours. That's a turnaround time for the accounts. But I mean, it's there. You guys definitely need to come in, and there's no excuse now. Open Sundays too. Right, so you have to make I work for my money. You don't have to come in Sunday, come in Saturday, anytime.
Well, you're doing an excellent job even right now, okay? Even right now. So it's very, very well presented. And again, as I said, this is something that we at PlusTV support very much because of the quality of the service right across the board, no?
Yes, sir.
So is there anything else before we wrap this segment up?
Not necessarily, just a wrap thing. Just to give a quick recap, it's just 75%.
Percentages, yes.
Yeah, that's everybody want to know the numbers, right? Yeah. So it's 75% off select frames, 10% off lenses as well as 10% off all accessories, and the big one being free eye exams all weekend. Yeah. The offer is from the November 20th to the 30th. Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, and on Sunday it's 9 to 2.
Sunday, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
right.
And as mentioned too, for the credit offers, we have the pay nothing until January 2026 and the 30% off on credit accounts too.
Right.
If you guys are interested in setting appointments, there's the contact number. You can also message us on WhatsApp, which is 614-9716, and there's our extensions as well if you guys want to call on the line. But yeah, that's pretty much about it, guys.
Wonderful, Ishmael. Thank you, Ishmael. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday morning. And please remember, so whatever Quartz Optical department, you said Belmopan, Belize City, Orange Walk, you got those taking place. So we do advertise here from Belmopan, PlusTV functions from Belmopan, but the Quartz offers are always across their stores. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Please, we are going to take a break, and then we're going to change our programming. So we'll be seeing you on the other side.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the islands and keys, land of the barrier reef. I love me sweet Belize. If I ever had to leave Belize, where would I go? Where would I go? Where would I spread my bed? Where would I lay my head? Nobody know. Nobody know. If I ever had to leave me home, no other place I ever roam could be like Belize. Be like Belize. Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree. I love me sweet Belize.
Orange is the new Black Friday with the hottest and biggest deals only at Smart. Join us Friday, November 28th at Smart Showrooms countrywide. Every Smart showroom becomes a pop-up shopping party with local vendors, food, music, and surprises all day long. Get the best deals of the year with phones starting as low as $50. Get a free SIM with every phone purchase, plus 3 months of social media data. Prepaid users get free data rewards when you upload credit as low as $1 all day long, only at Smart Showrooms. Postpaid customers enjoy exclusive deals on Smart Network Lock Samsung devices, A16, A26, A36, and A56, all for less than $200 on select plan signups. Sign up for any of our postpaid plans and get 25% off any 4 months of your choice. Upgrade your postpaid plan and get the same 25% discount. Don't miss out on exclusive device deals on select Samsung phones starting as low as $300. And the giveaways don't stop there. Text WIN to 438 for your chance to win weekly prizes and up to $3,000. More entries mean more chances to win all Christmas long. So come celebrate with us at Smart Showrooms countrywide. It's Smart's Orange is the new Black Friday sale event, November 28th, one day only. Smart, bringing people together.
Oh, I wasn't having a bad day. I just needed.
It's here, the biggest sale of the year. Find your happy place at Builders Hardware with our happy sale from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a contractor or a DIY pro, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Freshen up your walls with 20% off all paints and 25% off paint supplies. Upgrade your space with 25% off lights, fans, AC, and a wide selection of tiles to match your style. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. But that's not all. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and more. Find everything you need from construction start to finish. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Shop today or explore our online store at shopbuildersbz.com. Visit Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
We began to agitate for, at the time it was the BDF Coast Guard. We were saying, we don't think there's any way we could get away with a Belize Coast Guard. We had to throw in the BDF, the Belize Defense Force Coast Guard. Otherwise, we would not get support up the chain of command. We began to say, look, we need a Coast Guard that would focus on maritime affairs, that we could build the capacity, first and foremost, to defend Belize.
Looking at the threat at the National Security Council, the thought was given that, listen, there needs to be an increase in our maritime resources and the establishment of a Coast Guard.
Coast Guard was established initially for 155 strong. And as General Borland said, we started with 55, well, 53 showed up. And that was the nucleus on which we built.
We have reduced significantly the amount of cocaine flow through our sea spaces. As I mentioned, 13 to 15 confirmed shipments. That would account for about 20 to 25 tons of cocaine passing through our sea spaces every year. And that statistics is by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. However, the UNODC, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, had statistics of up to 80 metric tons of cocaine passing through our jurisdictional waters. Because of the successful Coast Guard strategy, we've been able to reduce that to about 2 to 3 shipments per year. That's a 75% reduction.
We are the Belize Coast Guard! Hoorah!
Easy. Accessible. Safe. Yours. Digi Wallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
Belize City. Get ready for a safe and reliable e-taxi experience like never before. Building on the success of our e-ride bus service, we've heard your feedback, Belize City. We've seen your enthusiasm and how eagerly you've embraced zero-emission transportation in our community. Introducing the e-ride taxi, an electric taxi service, bringing you a cleaner, greener way to travel around our beautiful city. As part of the transformative Belize City e-ride program, this new service is another step toward modernizing our transportation system for a sustainable future. Looking to book your first e-ride taxi? It's super easy. First, download the Medriva app and register. Then, book your ride. Insert your pickup and drop-off location. Select e-ride, Choose the number of occupants and pick your preferred payment method. Confirm your ride and track your e-ride in real time as it makes its way to you. It's fast, eco-friendly, and designed for your comfort. So don't wait. Download Midriver today and let's drive Belize City towards a brighter, greener future, one e-ride at a time. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
This 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, your Belize City Council has taken early and decisive action to help mitigate the impacts of flooding. While our works and sanitation teams have long been preparing, this year we expanded our efforts through the CIMO Flood Mitigation Cleanup Campaign, allowing us to simultaneously target 6 flood-prone zones with enhanced coordination and additional manpower. This effort included clearing drains, removing debris, flushing critical points with vacuum trucks, and raising awareness on both sanitation and disaster preparedness in the Freetown Road, Queen Street, Dean Street, King Street, Berkeley Street, and Pound Yard areas.
Most of Belize City lies at or below sea level, which means that flooding is not always avoidable. But with the right planning and participation, its impact can be reduced.
While our efforts have prioritized these high-risk zones, we want to reassure residents that drainage works are also being carried out across other parts of the city as part of our ongoing maintenance plan.
We understand the risks that come with every hurricane season. That's why we've taken a proactive approach, investing in real underground work to keep our residents safe. This is more than a seasonal response. It's part of our broader flood mitigation and disaster readiness strategy. Because building a safe, resilient city is a year-round commitment.
Our approach is targeted. We have mapped high-risk areas and are clearing them systematically. This isn't just storm prep, it's essential city maintenance.
We've seen the damage that flooding can cause. We've seen that preparation matters. When both residents and council do their part, we make Belize City better prepared for whatever the season brings.
Beyond infrastructure, this is a call to civic responsibility. We're encouraging residents to work with us.
I know that the rainy season is about to come, and whenever it rains, this whole area, the water stop and stay here because the drain clog, and all the water need is a little path for it to run to find a way out. So I realize the people are not take care right. I try to at least find a way for the water run out because it affect me tremendously.
Help keep drains clear, dispose of waste properly, and stay alert as we navigate the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season together.
Each and everyone aware that owns a property and have a property, we should maintain the drainage. We should maintain our yard, you know, that's basic.
And I said nothing wrong in maintaining the yard. We get up every day for grass there, I pick up, I keep my rake, I keep my stone there, you know, we're hard in that.
Mitigation starts at home. Every household should be ready. Know where your nearest shelter is. Help to keep the drains around your property clear. Prepare an emergency kit and make sure your family knows what to do. These simple steps can help reduce the risk during any weather events this season.
Remember, stay current with information being shared by our CIMO unit, NEMO, and the Belize Meteorological Service.
Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Orange is the new Black Friday with the hottest and biggest deals only at Smart. Join us Friday, November 28 at Smart Showrooms countrywide. Every Smart showroom becomes a pop-up shopping party with local vendors, food, music, and surprises all day long. Get the best deals of the year with phones starting as low as $50. Get a free SIM with every phone purchase plus 3 months of social media data. Prepaid users get free data rewards when you upload credit as low as $1 all day long, only at Smart Showrooms. Postpaid customers enjoy exclusive deals on Smart Network Lock Samsung devices, A16, A26, A36, and A56 all for less than $200 on select plan signups. Sign up for any of our postpaid plans and get 25% off any 4 months of your choice. Upgrade your postpaid plan and get the same 25% discount. Don't miss out on exclusive device deals on select Samsung phones starting as low as $300. And the giveaways don't stop there. Text WIN to 438 for your chance to win weekly prizes and up to $3,000. More entries mean more chances to win all Christmas long. So come celebrate with us at Smart Showrooms countrywide. It's Smart's Orange is the new Black Friday sale event, November 28th, one day only. Smart, bringing people together.
We began to agitate for, at the time it was the BDF Coast Guard. We were saying, we don't think there's any way we could get away with a Belize Coast Guard. We had to throw in the BDF, the Belize Defense Force Coast Guard. Otherwise, we would not get support up the chain of command. We began to say, look, we need a Coast Guard that would focus on maritime affairs, that we could build the capacity first and foremost to defend Belize.
Looking at the threat at the National Security Council, the thought was given that, listen, there need to be an increase in our maritime resources and the establishment of a Coast Guard.
Coast Guard was established initially for 155 strong. And as General Boland said, we started with 55, well, 53 showed up. And that was the nucleus on which we built.
We have reduced significantly the amount of cocaine flow through our sea spaces. As I mentioned, 13 to 15 confirmed shipments. That would account for about 20 to 25 tons of cocaine passing through our sea spaces every year. And that statistics is by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. However, the UNODC, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, had statistics of up to 80 metric tons of cocaine passing through our jurisdictional waters. Because of the successful Coast Guard strategy, we've been able to reduce that to about 2 to 3 shipments per year. That's a 75% reduction.
We are the Belize Coast Guard. Hoorah!
I love a coconut tree. I love it, sweet Belize. Sweet Belize. Land of the Isles and Keys. Land of the Barrier Reef. I love it, sweet Belize. Creole and Garifuna. Mestizo and Maya.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine. Thank you so much for joining us. We are in our third segment and our main segment for this morning. Just in the last segment, we had courts discussing the Black Friday. Well, it's Black Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and next week, in a sense, when it's the last week of the month, and the deals are very, very good. America have Black Friday. Kerm, good morning. Kerm joins me for this. Of course, it's Tuesday morning, and he's here, but missed the first segment. But we're glad to have you.
Yeah, it's Black Friday, so I guess there's gonna be some good deals. We'll be shopping.
A lot of deals out right now, and so courts tag on to the American Black Friday. When is Thanksgiving? Is it Thursday? It's
Thursday.
It always falls on a Thursday, right?
The last Thursday in November, I think it is.
Yeah, last Thursday of November is Thanksgiving. So I thought it was like a date or so, but it's a day, not a date.
I think it's a day.
Okay.
I have not done it, but I think it's a day from my.
So I guess they move from Thanksgiving Thursday to Black Friday, and then Cyber Monday. But that's Americans know how to do business. They know how to make money, right?
Louis, it's even talking about Thanksgiving, just as we look through life, just want to encourage people to be thankful for life, because man, sometimes you're hearing all of these terrible news about people's illness, and chronic illness, you know, and really, really difficult. And you keep hearing this more and more. And we were talking earlier about the vegetables coming from Mexico, and one of the things I observed, Louis, and very much concerns me is when you look at the Belizean vegetables and the Mexican one, night and day difference. And I believe that because and it's spraying in there like
no insect one go
everything.
No even fly. They said no even fly around the Mexican vegetables. We have a caller. Let's take this call. Caller, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Don Hector.
Morning, Don Hector.
Listen to me very carefully. Up to now, only PlusTV has given an opportunity to bring out the truth about the Guatemalan case. Only PlusTV, there has been a force trying to hide away from the people the truth. I would have to paint my head yellow, my eyes green or blue, for Belizeans to understand what I am trying to tell them. I have been privy of this Guatemalan claim way back, even from when Melchor was fireborn and Plancha de Piedra. Now, listen, 1859 to 1934, everything was clear. The border markers were put, 3 border markers, and agreed by Guatemala, it is in writing, that this was going to be the final borders of Belize separated from Guatemala. Because the Belize borders actually extended far into Petén. There are maps that show you Belize way up by those Maya ruins, famous Maya ruins there of Petén. But they agreed not to go that way, but to cut it from Gracias a Dios, Garbon Falls, Tres Banderas, or the place by Orange Walk. No. Between 1934, when the borders were got to 1946, everything was fine. Guatemala was happy, and there was no problem. 1946, Guatemalans elected a dictator president by the name of Don Jorge Ubico. He was a rough president of Guatemala. And the first thing he did, 1946, I do not recognize the 1859 treaty. That was his statement. I do not, and Belize es nuestro. 1946. Then the same president began to stir trouble that they will take over Belize. In 1948, the British sent the first contingent of soldiers, and they stationed right there by the cemetery in Salinazo. They were called Inishkilings. And they were brought here because of this crazy man that was inciting the people to take over Belize por la razón o por la fuerza. The British told them, claim, you have no claim. A British top lawyer came to address us when we got self-government. And he said, Guatemala's case is claim is unfounded. And he went to chapter 7 of the Anglo-Guatemalan Agreement, chapter 7, and that's the only chapter that Guatemala had to claim Belize. And if you read chapter 7 of the agreement, it was what that it says.
Article 7.
And the Republic of Guatemala agreed to build a road between the sea, Belize, and Guatemala. He said, and if they do not build the road, use the existing rivers. That is the claim. Or use the existing rivers. Our lawyers have betrayed Belize badly, and politicians likewise. They have neglected to see chapter 7. There is something happening very, very fishy why our lawyers, politicians have not been sticking to what the British member of parliament, top lawyer, told us. Guatemala has no claim. Based upon that, George Price began strongly saying the Guatemalan claim is unfounded. The Guatemalan claim is unfounded. 1968, they went to Puerto Rico. Golson went with them. And on that conference was when the British and the Americans told George, the leader of the delegation, why don't you give that portion between Temash and Sarsoon? And the claim is finished. George Price said, we shall not surrender, not even 1 square centimeter, not inch, centimeter of land to anybody. And Golson will start there and another made of grass. That was the end of that story. But in came the Trojan party, and they began to fool the Venetian people that Guatemala had a claim. And then the 16 heads of agreement came in, betrayal of our independence that we were going to celebrate 6 months after. And this is the whole darn thing, and it seems that Venetians cannot understand yet this serious betrayal, I call it, that we are at the ICJ. So for the people to know, some say, don't forget, man, that is the part that's in the part. That's the cause of the problem. Venetians don't know it. I have questioned intelligent people, professionals, and they don't know what about Article 7. And they don't want to hear about Article 7. This is our disgrace. I hope I am still alive when that verdict will be given by the ICJ. Because of Honduras entering the picture. Unless it will be Nicaragua, because Nicaragua used to crown their kings at St. John's Cathedral. So Nicaragua might have a claim, because actually 2,000 out of them came from what they call White Castle or Mesquite.
Mesquite, yeah, Mesquite.
And Mexico is sitting down waiting to see what will happen, because they said, if Guatemala gets apart, I will claim back my territory, which I gave to the British conditional from the 17th parallel, which is right here near to the Israel border, up to the Hondo that belongs to Mexico. So there we are in the corner, but I blame and I accuse the politicians and the lawyers and some of the media that have not heeded to tell the people what I have told you all. Because it's black and white. So, Pastor Wade and Tom, thank you very much. I think this might be my last statement on this matter, because I am about to retire, I have to get out and take my sabbatical. So I leave you with that, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling, and you can't take any sabbatical right now. We rest when we go home, Don Hector. Don Hector is the longest living political figure as it relates to the fight for independence. He has sat as senator, practically every post in government except prime minister, of course, and we respect his deliberations when he called into us. But Kerm, as Don Hector spoke, I visited one of such pillars of demarcation. So all the way behind Spanish Lookout. So it's not only Garbutt Falls. It's not only Sarstoon and Rio Hondo and so on that demarcate us and separate us from Mexico or Guatemala. There are these pillars that had been marked out And as he said, if we take a look at the way how could we pull up that Google map again, and we will go north instead. You will see how there is a clear line. There is a line that they keep it clean between Belize and Guatemala. Sorry, between Mexico and Guatemala. So if we the Rio Hondo River only separates Belize and Mexico up to a point, but then it meets Guatemala, and you will see that it's cleared. Can we pull that up, please? And what Don Hector is saying, that the Belize one was clear like that as well. So we will go north now. Let's go north. Let's go north. So let's go up. Go up to Corozal. We're going to look all the way up. You're there at Belize City right now. Go up. Right, so let's see where, okay, right there. Zoom in now to the we're giving our technician a history lesson to go up more. That's Sarteneja, that's Belize, that's Corozal Bay. Go up, and go left, yeah. All right, right there, see Chatamal at the top. Let's pull the map across. Very good. No, okay, very good. So see the Sarstún River. Go in, zoom in. Subteniente Lopez is Guatemala, right? And then see our free zone there. Subteniente Lopez is in Mexico. Is in Mexico, yeah. But Subteniente Lopez is closer to Belize than Chatamal. Okay, so there is the Sarstún River, Hondo River, and you can see that the line is drawn through the middle of the river. You could see it right there. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go towards your left. Is that the correct? Yeah. So let's cut. You can see the border there. See the border, and you can see it go down. Continue. And see the border. And it follows the Hondo River. Right? So that's still the separation between Belize and Guatemala. Let's continue. Let's continue along that border. You have much more to go. Yes. See there? These are some of the places where the narco traffickers and so send their stuff over. But Belize and Mexico, we have the Rio Hondo, so that's fine. Right? So let's continue. Let's follow that river right there. See how close San Victor is to the border. Yeah. Continue. We will see where the three countries, more or less where the three countries meet. Continue. You see the difference between Santa Cruz right there, and it's so very close. Yeah. Continue on. So you're seeing Belize, Mexico, Belize, Mexico. Let's go a little faster so that we can see. Could we zoom out just in case I missed the line going straight down? Zoom out a little, yeah, then it goes back up, because there's Blue Creek. See how close Blue Creek, and that's one of the points as well too. Yeah, one of the trouble points right there. Right, because you can see the Belize side. Continue on. Tres Lagos. Is it Tres Lagos? Tres Leguas? But the Blue Creek area, that's another very high point. Now let's zoom in right there. No. Go more. But you see how big Blue Creek and how they developed that whole area, Kerm. Now we zoom in right there now. No, the border. You will see the border. See, it goes straight down. Yeah. See there? Right, so that's where the natural line breaks from the river, right? And then you will get a straight line between Belize and Mexico. Straight line, then come down, right there. Yeah, right, that's the point right there. where Belize separates with Mexico. So at this point, Belize, Guatemala, and Mexico meet right at that point. And there are markers there. And then coming down, you see how the line changed from solid to dotted? See? That never used to be like that curve. That is when we said yes to the ICJ.
Okay.
See there? When you look at the solid line, and then it breaks. So today, Belize is arguing, making oral arguments against Honduras because of what's happened. But if we zoom into the Mexico-Guatemala line, could we zoom in now? Let's see if we can zoom in, and we can try to see the zoom in. All right. See the line? See it right there?
Yeah.
You see it? Go in.
You can see
go
it's
in.
cleared.
Go in. See it right there?
Yep, it's cleared.
See what we're showing you there? And see the markers?
Yeah.
See the lines? See? Belize had that with Guatemala. We are the ones who don't keep it clean.
Yeah.
So we should have kept it clean. See Belize, and see that's Mexico and Guatemala. You can clearly see that they keep the boundary clean, so that no one can have a error or a mistake. And then let's zoom back out, zoom out a little bit. Let's zoom out a little bit. See the white markers, tick. You see the white, right? See them like that right there, right? Okay, let's zoom out some more. But you will see between Belize and that line just continues on. All right. Now let's go to the Belize side, and Belize used to have that, and that's what all those. I've visited markers like that. Kerm, I've visited markers like that between Belize and Guatemala.
See, there's one right there before the dotted line.
Correct. Go in, zoom in, right there. Right. See that marker right there, and then go down, and you will see no clearing. No clearing, see there?
Yeah.
No clearing. You can see it right there. And so what Don Hector is saying is that there used to be clearing, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like we step back. We are the ones who step back and now bring it to a situation where international people now, international court will be deciding where the borders will really be. So it's gone. It's gone, right? So we can't see those pillars because the vegetation has now covered everything, but the pillars are there. Maybe not all the pillars because we didn't maintain it, but I visited all the way behind Spanish Lookout. Could we zoom back out? If we could zoom back out. Zoom back out, like really out till we come down to like the Cayo area or something like that. It's going to be till we see like Spanish Lookout or something like that. Yeah. So if we could zoom back, yeah, towards. I can see Spanish Lookout already. Right there, that's Spanish Lookout. See, you notice Blue Creek and Spanish Lookout, they have used up tremendous amounts of land. You see that, right, Kerm?
Yeah.
You see it? They go all the way right to the border. All right, so right where your arrow is right now, let's zoom in on that area right there. And
These are the areas are very porous because they have large Hispanic communities.
Yeah.
You know? And man, it just make you wonder sometimes if I ask myself if Hispanic people don't like the place where God gives them to live. Honestly, I ask myself that because gosh, it's crazy.
That's the problem with corruption.
Yeah.
And the oligarchs that exist in Guatemala and Honduras. So I think most of the land are owned by 5 families or something like that in Guatemala.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of corruption. When you own that much land and authority and power, you start to control the government itself.
Yeah.
So these people want to go live now in America. They want to come live in Belize, and we are the safe democratic havens. and then they experiment with socialism and all of these things, no?
So we in Belize have to be careful, you know?
Yeah.
We have to be careful that our country does not become like that.
Yeah. So something like this, you see, in that particular area of Petén, they preserve their forests.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
look at our side.
Our side has a lot of agriculture. You could see the difference that they are protecting their forests. Meanwhile, these are all Mennonite locations on the other side. That's Spanish Lookout. All those black things look like water holes or something like that. Those black, that look like water holes. I zoom out though because it used to look the opposite way around, where the Belize side looked green and the Guatemalan side looked like that. Zoom out. Okay, go south there. Let me see. Zoom out some more. I think we're still too map is right there. Go down now. Go down. Okay. You see the difference here now, where the Belize side is green, where we are protecting, I think, Chiquibull, Mountain Pine Ridge Forest Reserve, etc. But you can see the incursions that Guatemala has.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But why that incursion happened? Because we never kept the line. We never kept the line clean.
Yeah.
If we would have kept the line clean, it's not that they don't know they're in a Belize. They just take advantage of it because of various reasons. Right, so let's zoom in. See there? So all of those are incursions. And when we started this argument with Guatemala for yes or no to the ICJ, it didn't look as bad as it looks now. So in a sense, I would argue that Guatemalans became far more aggressive after we said yes to the ICJ.
I think with it was a bipartisan.
Well, it was a vote, and the people voted yes.
And so our leaders were telling us this is the only way forward, and then the people started to believe, you know. And I know, man. I don't know, Louis. What do we do, man? Like.
Well, the Bible said, "Don't rush to go to court, settle the matter." I could recall sitting right here and reading that passage of scripture. You know, the Bible says, "Go directly to the person and negotiate." Right? Because it said, when they put it in the hand of a judge, you do not know.
Vote yes
right?
or no.
But all the experts were talking like they knew how these judges are going to vote, and it's kind of like Miss Universe.
Wow,
right?
that whole next big topic. Corruption even in Miss Universe.
Exactly. I believe Bella represented the very best of what Belize has ever sent. Belize put forward.
She surely did, and
yeah.
You know, I'm sure you're following the news. This thing was on CNN with the judges who came forward, and they said that the contest was rigged.
Yeah.
It was rigged because there's some business transaction between
the family of the winner from Mexico, and the owners of Miss Universe.
And so, you know, it tells you about the power of corruption, Louis. So you leave things unchecked.
So it makes you wonder if that argument and quarrel with Miss Mexico that occurred early in the preliminaries, whether it was staged or...
I felt that way. When I saw that thing, I felt, I wonder if this is staged.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's staged, you know?
Yeah.
And, man, but, you know...
But Bella, I need to congratulate Bella for her stellar work.
Of course.
I'm definitely not into pageants until Bella. And she was such a natural, beautiful, very bright. I mean,
humble.
I was captivated by the way she answered the questions and her sense of confidence. When I had the opportunity to go to Belize City at the unveiling of some of her, some of the costumes and dresses, gowns, and so on that she would be wearing, and I was instantly blown away, Kerm. not just by her beauty and her presence, but the
eloquence.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the knowledge, the information. Like I felt really good for Belize, for us as Christians, for her family, for our future. You know, because she is a Christian, she is a believer. She's not afraid of saying who she is, and it's so natural. It's not. It's not like she's acting or anything like that. Like I'm really impressed with Bella, and she's been, in a sense, from she was 11 years old. That's what I was told. You know that, well, from a child, she said, you know, I would one day want to represent. And it's awesome preparation I went through. I don't think any other person went through that kind of preparation that she's been getting from.
Louis, you know, when I saw the pageant, the Miss Universe, I told my wife, I said, that is one of the reasons why we do the GLS. Because it's one thing to stand on a stage in Belize, but when you are preparing for the international
big leagues,
it's different.
Yeah.
And I know in the GLS we talk about people who are performers, and then we talk about people who are the world ultra performers. It's 5 different things.
Yes.
Different preparation. And so I was thinking about one of the professors who taught last year, and she was talking about some of the principles that the ultra performers use. And she was talking about the importance of how do you conserve your energy, because you see, we live in a world today that is so toxic, it's so negative. You feel like a downward gravitation and pull.
They're pulling you down.
That's towards moving forward and doing something amazing with your life. There's this pull. It looks impossible all along the way. And if you are going to be able to bypass those things and make it through, then you will have to be trained differently. And that's one of the things that was talked about last year in the summit, you know. And so when I was looking at it, I told my wife, I said, this reminds me as to one of the reasons why we do, because, you know, we teach, Louis, that it matters who train you. You know? And I give people an example. If Michael Jordan trained a basketball team, the Belmopan, and I train one, which team you think can win?
Michael Jordan team.
Okay.
Beat your bad.
Okay.
And he's not playing. he's not playing.
Right?
He's just coaching.
Right. And so people in Belize have lost, in my view, the significance and importance of being trained, and not just being trained, because we teach about the journey of transformation. It's a journey. You gotta keep developing yourself as a person. You gotta keep changing what needs to be changed and adjusting what needs to be adjusted. And so, you know, Patrick Lencioni, when he talks about the ideal team player, one of the virtues he says is you have to stay hungry. He talks about being humble, hungry, and smart. You have to stay hungry to grow, hungry to develop yourself, hungry to learn. And I know we are surrounded by so much negative, Louis, but there is a way out. You know? Strive Masawiya, this guy from Africa, I don't know if you remember his presentation.
Last year, he's one of the top 10 wealthiest. Nigerian.
He's one of the world's largest philanthropists.
You brought him to Belize, girl?
No, that was Dr. Sam.
Sorry.
He's amazing too. He's moving things in
He's one of the top
Nigeria.
10.
He's in Forbes. This guy is powerful, right? Strive put together a company, Louis, by the name of Econet.
That's a telecommunications. Yes, I remember the presentation.
And he talked about the government had monopoly on telecommunications and very, very corrupt in Africa. And he had to go challenge the government, and the government said, no, we're not going to change it. So he took them to court. And then they took the government to court. But of course, every weekend he spent in prison because the government was serious about, we're going to persecute you, right? But when the day of the court came, he won. And boom, the law fell. So it was open market. And he talked about getting investors. This man put fiber optic funds, the north tip to the south tip of the African continent. think about something like that. That's remarkable. Louis, this is one of the things that drive me, that drive you as we sit here, because all we seek to talk about is how we can address issues to make the lives of Belizeans better.
Correct.
The things that we're tackling, the issues of the day, whether it's corruption, whether it's lack of opportunities, whatever it is to address the issues that affects the Belizean young man, young woman, company, family from thriving. That's why we're here. That's why we speak every day on these shows, and so we want Belizeans to understand, even in the time when we're saying we are celebrating Thanksgiving, let's give thanks to what we have, because Louis, we could become negative, we could start feel like, it look good and start, start to shut down. But Pastor Scott was preaching Sunday, and he was talking about when Jesus took the fish and the bread and they multiplied it. He said, if that meant he made a cry, oh God, five. What did Jesus do? Jesus gave thanks. He gave thanks. He looked at the thing and he said, Father, I thank you. He gave thanks what he had, and then boom, it multiplied. So giving thanks, as we're in this season, it's Thanksgiving, which have become very
internationalized.
Right? We have to give thanks in the midst of our adversities, our challenges. I think our Jesus would want us to do. Let's look at the glass half full. Things hard, things tough, things challenging, we understand. And we gotta challenge our government to do better, because they can, because they're very competent. Who could tell me our government not competent? They're very competent. We gotta challenge them to do better. And Louis, and challenge the nation to do better. That we will be able to grow in every aspect of our lives and our economies.
Grow the pie.
Yes.
Share
the pie and grow the pie,
But Bella, she kept a very, very, very positive disposition, even after not being in the top 30, etc.
That's right.
And yes, I haven't, as I said, she was able to get me to watch these pageants and to follow practically every day since she left Belize. And very proud of her, very proud of her family and the team and what they were able to accomplish. I'm sure that she made a mark,
of course,
in the world. She made a mark in the pageant world without doubt. And yes, there were a lot of scandals, and the accusation of being rigged. I think Miss Côte d'Ivoire, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. She came in second, right, or what we call runner-up.
She got the first runner-up.
First runner-up.
But she was voted as one of the persons who was
slated to win, and I think that was the general sentiment in the audience as well. But she stepped down. She has stepped down. She has given up her crown.
Really?
From her country, yes. She gave up her crown from her country.
Wow.
Yes. So she is no longer Miss Côte d'Ivoire. Somebody will correct my pronunciation.
Why did she do that? I didn't follow the story.
Because she felt so cheated.
Oh, wow.
Yes, she felt so cheated. So that happened like over the weekend, over the weekend it happened.
So she's making a statement.
She's making a statement. Making a statement. So the controversy is not over for Miss Universe. So unfortunately, this is the year that Bella represented Belize, a year where they are saying that it was concocted, interfered with, etc. And I like when I saw Miss Mexico win, I said, boy, this is directly connected to what happened in that room. You cannot get me to separate myself from what happened in that room, because that was that event was live streamed, so it happened live. Nobody makes those kinds of mistakes on international stage. And then it's an event. I could understand something happening in a back room or in a corridor or something like that. For it to happen being live streamed.
Yeah.
I was like from the very like there's certain things that puzzle you until it reveals itself down the road. Down the road. And so, but hats off to Bella and the team, and she's kept her composure. She, you know, actually she was right beside Miss Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, helping to dub and that picture went viral internationally.
Oh, wow.
With Miss Belize right there showing compassion. And as I said, that was just her. That's nothing.
It's who they are.
Yeah,
That's the family.
yes,
it's
absolutely.
Family. It's the family.
So, hats off. Yeah, but I believe Belize has a bright future with people like that, with people like Bella.
Right.
And Bella you could see that Bella was also internationally trained, internationally exposed. She did some modeling. She went to Israel working with Palestinian and Israelis to create peace. Like that really hit me.
She went and she did I
very
saw that.
deliberate life.
She did some training in public speaking as well.
Yeah, right. Communication. She's doing her master's degree in communication.
So
and again, like you could tell that immediately. Immediately, I could tell right there. I said, all right. And then when she said, okay, master's in communication, I'm like, yeah. So I very, very, very highly impressed.
She was well trained, Louis. And again, like I say in GLS, we always say, it matter who train you, and that's how we try to get good trainers, best trainers.
That was very clear. And that's a problem with football. That's a problem with some of the sports and so on. That we are not investing in training.
Right.
And you have to invest in people. There's raw talent, but raw talent has to be refined.
That's right.
Raw talent will only take you so far.
That's right.
There has to be the training. And of course, GLS is coming up again January, yes, but registration is already open.
Oh, yes, we have a lot of people registered already.
People can start registering. Sharpen your skills, sharpen iron. Those who are successful know that it takes continued training and
development.
To be able to remain because the world is constantly changing.
That's right.
New things are being discovered, and it's not just minerals and gold and silver that's being discovered. The way of the world as well, the natural laws, if we could put it that, there are laws for success. My first book that I read on leadership was John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership.
Powerful.
Set me up to the next level.
That's really good.
Yeah.
The law of the rubber band, the law of the lid, the law of the ladder.
That's correct.
Listen, make you really think.
Momentum, momentum, the big MO.
And so, we want, man, Louis, it's upstream, but just encouraging the audience out there. We have to keep pushing for higher standards. Some people don't like Donald Trump. But Donald Trump pushes some high standards, in my view, to bring order in the world. We see him fighting the drugs war. We see him immigration issues, make MAGA. I don't know if you saw the interview last week with him and the new mayor of New York.
That was very good and interesting. And it shows you how unpredictable Donald Trump can be, and that he respects success.
That's right.
Right, because Mandami came from I thought that meeting was going to be a disaster. That is like if you would put my money down, I say this is not going to go down well. And then I did see that interview, because the press now was coming in for the kill when they talk about fascism, and they know that these two have spoken against each other, and the press was coming for the kill curve. And Trump, man, I was impressed.
That's right. Boy, pivoted.
Boy.
I think it's kind of like it's good to the pressure of the press.
Yeah.
Because I think he realized that he was elected on the basis of fixing the economy and lowering prices, inflation.
Yeah. which is a real issue for New Yorkers. Because remember, one of the things that Trump did when he came in was because he began to drill, he reduced the price of fuel. And by reducing the price of fuel, he kept inflation at bay. So inflation is at bay in the United States, but in some of these democratic cities, including New York, inflation is through the roof. Through the roof.
Yeah, so I think he used that opportunity to pivot.
That was very
Sometimes
smart.
you have to cross aisles, you know.
That was very smart,
But it was very smart for the
very,
greater
very
good because
smart.
it put him back on a political, in a very clear political direction. That, you know what, if I do not fix inflation and the economy better, the chances of the Republicans being re-elected is very slim.
But if he also, if he directly attacks Mandami, New York suffers.
That's right.
New York suffers. You see, so I think there's an agreement on the issue of affordability. How the details are going to work out, because this free stuff can't work, socialism can't work. But by coming alongside this individual, and you see that a lot, you know, because you can see Johnny Briceño and Tracy Panton, both honorables, in the House. They're going at it in the House, you know. They go back and forth, and then even out in the public domain when they discuss either the Budna stuff or the Josemai, and the reshuffling of cabinet. You know, the opposition has to put her foot down, and she has to put those arguments out there, and the Prime Minister is coming with the man drop off of the horse. But 19th of November, they took nice photographs together. They were both at the events, magnanimous and laughing, and they do have that cordial relationship on that personal level.
We see it in the Senate, Louis. You see it in the Senate.
Exactly.
In the Senate, you know, the senators come together. The only the bleeds are not there fighting, and think that the politicians are enemies.
Exactly.
So I have to stop that. I think we hear the story enough.
Correct.
These guys are friends. They're not enemies.
They converse the differences when the cameras are off, and they find common ground where able. They laugh at each other, even what they say at each other. And there's still an amicable relationship to the point where, in the example back to Mandami and Trump, like as much as it was a poisonous rhetoric in the public, they decided, let's meet.
Because that was the politics of it.
That's the politics of it. Now you
this
have
is
a
the
winner.
leadership side.
This is the leadership side.
Right?
Exactly.
And so he pivoted perfectly because
absolutely, it was brilliant.
It's win-win. It's win-win. Because the Republicans are going to benefit from this.
Exactly.
Because what would have happened in New York would have become so hostile towards the Republicans, because remember, Donald Trump had already said he's not going to put money in New York. He's not going to support Mandami. And so it was brilliant that he was able to shift like that, recognizing, you know what, this thing could have some negative.
Then they cuss out, the Democrats are cussing out Mandami. They're cussing out Mandami. Meanwhile, Mandami did the right thing, because then he's going to get funding to carry out. He might not be able to carry out all his programs, but once he sets New York on that trajectory, he's ready to move on in politics. As much as I don't agree with his philosophical positions, aligning with Donald Trump, because this is the President of the United States, this is the most powerful person on earth, and you've already said some things, right? You've said some things. That's why Trump touched and said, just say yes. That was the funniest part for me, because the question was loaded. When they say, you know, you have called Trump a fascist, do you still believe, you know, like, it's like, and Mandami, he's the young politician, but it shows you that Trump is way beyond. He's way beyond. He's way beyond. You just tap him and say yes. Just say yes, which means I accept. Trump is saying I accept. You know, that words were stated. I accept the politics of it. It's just politics, and it's time to work. It was like that singular act right there shows the brilliance. That Trump is still way ahead. Trump is still way ahead. I was telling some of these, what is 9:01 kilometers to go? I was telling them, since some of the people who do not like that Belize had the third party agreement with Donald Trump, some people don't like it. Belize went into negotiation with America. Trump is watching this whole thing, don't ever think for a minute that Donald Trump is not watching this agreement that we are having with the United States. We got away from that negotiation with only 10 per year for 2 years, my boy.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I don't care what they say, it was tied to the $225 million. I don't care who says what.
Of course it's tied.
It's tied because Belize is the only country where they freed up the $225 million, as the MCC, and the other countries are still struggling for it. Belize get it, and then America comes back and say, okay, there's a favor that I would want you to do.
Yeah.
After I don't do a big favor for you.
Of course I expect something in return.
I want to test you.
Of course.
I want to test you. I just give you a big favor, $225 million.
Yeah.
And then I come behind and say, hey, listen, we have a small favor. No strings attached.
Yeah. We know the string attached.
The strings are attached.
The string hook already.
Exactly. and so I say, the fact that Belize could negotiate with the United States in this third party thing and get only 20 people.
Yeah.
And lock it down to 2 years, lock it down to 10. Like that's something commendable.
Yeah.
It's something commendable, right? I said no. Imagine if Belize had said no.
Yeah.
Imagine Belize had
said play hardball.
One play this lead.
Yeah.
one play larger than life.
Mm-hmm.
When Trump circled around,
yeah,
the negotiation may be for a different level.
Yeah.
And I told the senators, I told not all the senators, but just leave it at, I told the senators, some senators, I said, do you know how Donald Trump got Mar-a-Lago? Do you know how Trump got Mar-a-Lago? Mar-a-Lago was up for sale for $55 million.
Yeah.
Only a few people could buy it because it needed a lot of repairs. Mar-a-Lago. And when he went to the committee said, we don't want to sell it to Donald Trump. $55 million is too little. We want more money than that. And Trump said, okay. $55 million? You don't want my $55 million? Donald Trump went and bought the property. Mar-a-Lago is here. There's another property here which had nothing on it. And there is a beautiful sea. The biggest selling point for Mar-a-Lago, it's view Mar-a-Lago, the big sea, right? Okay, Donald Trump went and bought the property for like $1 or $2 million in front of Mar-a-Lago, came back to them, tell them, I'm going to build a bigger building in front of Mar-a-Lago.
Decrease your value.
That will decrease your value. You will have no view for the you know how much he bought Mar-a-Lago for after that? $7 million.
Wow. That's brilliant.
That's brilliant. That's a negotiator.
Exactly.
That's a person who is on the top of his
negotiator.
He get the place for $7 million, curve. 7 million US. What he offered first was 50 million.
Yeah.
And they rejected him. And he was like, oh, okay. You want to play
hardball with me.
You want to play hardball with me. So I said, our government did the right thing.
Yeah.
Because Trump could have, I'm not saying he would have, but could have, being the master negotiator, come back and say, okay, you don't want 10 for
Trump,
2 years.
Trump come and say, if that mean me, ask and tell if that mean me. You don't want to take more 10.
I take that 10,000.
You want to take 10,000.
It'll be 10,000.
You would have taken 10,000.
Exactly.
So the government did that. It's commendable.
Yes, it's great negotiation against the master negotiator.
Right, because I never been getting no 10 when I have an immigration problem.
Exactly.
Right? It's an immigration problem.
Right.
And Trump now is not about to have any more immigration problems.
So there are senators that voted no. Yeah, go ahead and vote no.
Yeah.
Go beat your chest or whatever it is. But this is nation building. This is our national issue. We could easily become international against the most powerful country in the world that wants to be our friend. It's like they want to be our friend. You know.
Yeah.
So it really came down to 10 per year. for 2 years, which is 20. I just met 4 refugees just the last weekend. There are 4 of them walking on the street. They have their cards and everything already. They're looking for work, looking for food. As I said, we work with refugees. So I just like, you know, show me your card. You have your card, okay? Let me get some food for you. Once you're legitimate, you're following the process. And I said, so that's 4 right there. They have nothing to do with the agreement, but they're already in the country because we have an ongoing process. So it's like giving up nothing but getting something
the other side of
wonderful
that coin
in
for me is
return.
I think that the governments have corrupted that thing. Our governments are not innocent of not only harboring, attracting people to come in and use it for a political purpose.
Well, that's the illegal.
They're not refugee. I remember you saying.
Yeah, not refugee. That's the illegal alien side.
Illegal alien side, right?
That's the illegal alien side.
Because refugee thing is important. You explained it very well.
Yeah.
I heard
the
you talk
fact
about
where
it
we give them papers, give them that thing, that they tell them illegal.
We give them paper, we give them land,
and then we
give them everything, and we were there. Me can't even get my land papers, and I will try to get my land papers cleared out from a property I have for the last 20 years.
Because you see, once we lose the balance of who we are and you let a large group of people come in, you notice they don't assimilate. When it's a small group, they can assimilate.
That's right.
But when it's a large group, they form their own community.
That's it. So they
and
shift
then
the culture.
They shift the entire culture
of your nation, and that's where we are as a country.
Absolutely.
And our politicians are to be blamed for it. And they cannot say no. And I am there on TV to say yes.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say yes. Because it's a fact, it's the truth, and Blazers don't like it. And if you say people come in, Louis, and they farm in community, now let's say no, we come and bring one different culture of people from a different country and put them in there. We want to change that. What do you suppose is going to happen?
Conflict.
It's going to create a conflict.
It's going to create conflict.
People are going to rise up and they're going to say, no, we're not going to support this.
But from the fact that they are large in number, they start to call the politician to come to them.
Exactly.
Like, come here.
Call the shots.
We need land. We need this. We need that.
You better do it.
Yeah. And then the natural born Belizean is still waiting in a line. You see,
all the resources go
because they don't know how we are voted. They think they don't know how we are voted and all these types of stuff. Meanwhile, those people, and it's happening in the United States too, with the Muslim community in Michigan and some of the other
in England,
and so on, right?
So we, I don't know what we are gonna believe. honestly speaking, you know, and I don't know if we wrap up, but
it's nine after 9. Your closing comments. Your closing comments.
Comment that a lot of people in Belize, Louis, I think, are feeling strange feelings, unprecedented. Almost like we're living in a time where people feel uncertain about a lot of things. I believe those things are as a result of some of the decisions we're seeing in the public square. Some of the things we hear about maybe corruption with government, issue with the police department, cool stuff that came out. Like Donald Trump they talk about Maha, make America healthy again.
The health aspect.
All the conspiracy when they around the vaccine, the food, the outbreak of diseases, Louis, cancers. People are puzzled. Crime. People are shaky. We're living in a time of great uncertainty, and I think that maybe this will be the best way if I close off. I think only the scriptures can really help us to guide us, to give us a sense of what's really taking place in the world today, in this level of great instability. You know, and I made those remarks because first is the awareness. I want people to understand why they're feeling what they're feeling. Because it's one thing for you to be feeling something so strong, but you don't even know why. So that would be my first reason for sharing it, because I think it will help to bring a lot of comfort to people. Say, oh, why are they feeling how they feel? You know, people lose interest, a lot of disinterest in things that people used to be passionate about, love to do, there's a great deal of disinterest, right? And so I'm saying that this morning to just encourage you, what you feel is attached to particular things that has happened in and around you and your community. And you know what? It's important for us to know, because it will help us then to be able to brainstorm how do we move forward. And I think you know, using the scriptures are one of the things we can do. Our prayer life, we can pray about things, because through prayer I understand these things, right, Louis? It is important for us to be a prayerful people. Let's continue to look at our societies and recognize, I think as we all do, that they're crumbling, they're going down, systems are failing, because that is what the Bible said is going to happen. No, should we just stay there and say, oh, well, the Bible says so not do nothing? No, you gotta do something, right? But it's important for us, Louis, to understand why these things are happening and know what decisions we need to make to move forward in a right direction. And I think the only way forward, as far as I can see, I know you agree with me, is for us to have some level of revelation and understanding about what God says, what He's saying pertaining to what's happening, and what the future holds. Because when you know, be better for you in terms of what you need to do in the midst of those difficult processes to move your life forward.
Decision making based upon the Word of God, Judeo-Christian values. That's why we talk Judeo-Christian values in all of these issues, because the heart of God and the principles upon which we built are unshakable and unmovable value systems. Because they're the values of God. It's not that we are brilliant, but we have submitted ourselves to the will of God revealed through His Word. And so for every situation, there is a solution from the Word of God and through the Word of God. So thank you very much for that. It's 30 minutes after 9 and we got to go. God bless you, Belize. See you tomorrow.
Sweet Belize, land of the sand and sea, land of the coconut tree.